The following show may contain strong language and content of an adult nature and has been classified by FM104 as unsuitable for those under 15 years of age. Now, live from Dublin's Docklands, this is the FM104 Phone Show with Chris Barry and Keith Ward.
Exactly 9 o'clock. It's Tuesday's Phone Show, FM104 Live, and it's now the 15th of December. 6797 FM104 is our phone number here. If there's anything you want to get off your chest, do it ASAP. Little bit. I suppose we've been touched by greatness and royalty in the past 5 hours, because about 100 yards away from this very studio, on stage as we speak, it's Mr. Brendan O'Carroll and the crew entertaining a full house, I hear.
I'd say it's in fine spirits as well, considering, what was it, 4 million or something?
4.5 million.
Raking in from Australia.
Yeah, alone.
Massive in Australia. And it's not all just Irish people that are into it. Apparently, the
Canadians
Aussies
love it.
Yeah, the Aussies love a bit of Brendan O'Carroll and Mrs. Brown's boys. I don't see the attraction myself, but I seem to be the only one. I mean, look, I like him, fair play to him, but I seem to be the only one. I just don't get it. I don't get Mrs. Brown's boys. But maybe I've been looking into it too much.
Maybe you don't have a sense of humour.
Maybe.
Could be that.
It seems everyone else does. It seems everyone else does. But
and you wouldn't be saying no to the 4.5 million now, would you?
No.
I don't think so.
And listen, fair play to him, because, I mean, it is jammers outside with people popping in to see it. We got exclusive tickets to give away a couple of weeks ago, and I tell you, people were texting in their droves trying to go to this.
All night for that. Anyway, I'm sure we'll be talking about that a little bit later, because it's a full house, so we'll talk to some of the punchers who are leaving that. He's in mid-flight now, so we're not even going to try and stop him. 53104 for 20 cent if there is anything you want to get off your chest. Several things. Don't even mention the Conor McGregor story to us. That just keeps going. One of the funniest things was their after party.
Oh yeah.
And there was Conor doing the whole 9 yards. Yeah. The good and the great, or the great and the good, or the hangers on, or whoever was there at the party. And there was some great video of the Irish wrecking the gaff, really, to be honest with you.
They're having a good time.
Drunk and wrecking the gaff, as they do. And of course, you can say could you imagine the poor American security guards when they're freaking, because they don't get us sometimes.
No.
And the poor Paddy's is half pissed, and he says to the security guard, just having to crack, bud. Could you arrest this guy? He's on crack as well as pissed.
They wouldn't be used to.
They wouldn't understand that at all.
They wouldn't be used to the get up that we get up to. When a couple of drinks on us, tricolour around us, they wouldn't be used to that sort of thing.
And it's harmless.
There's a video doing the rounds of, I think it's in the MGM, where the fight was, in the middle of the lobby, and some fellas climbing up on the statue of the line, and the security guard. Sir, I thought they actually had guns on. They didn't have pepper spray, but they were about to use it until your man went, lads, just having a bit of crack. And he was just having a bit of drunken crack.
And
no
the thing
harm
is,
intended.
you have to explain to the Americans when you say, I'm just having a bit of crack.
I'd say they were delighted when the thousands upon thousands of Irish people headed straight to the airport. Yeah. I'd say they were looking to deport them, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
Look, it's all in good nature, but did you see... as Conor was arriving to the party, the after party, a certain DJ that was DJing at it, I say he got handed his P45 afterwards.
He was good, wasn't he?
He introduced the notorious Conor McGregor as Colin McGregor.
Colin McGregor, yeah.
Put your hands together, Colin McGregor. And everyone just looked around and said, sorry, who? Even Conor kind of looked a bit cheapish. I mean, you've one job, and you're hired to do one job.
Just
and
get the guy's
name wrong.
I'm sure Conor probably said in his mind, looked at him and said, who is that muppet? Who hired that muppet? He's not going to be hired again, I tell you that. Anyway, lots to come on the show, including... We have a lot of complaints about charities. We'll get into that a little bit later, because there's a lot of scandal going on in charities. We'll expose all that for you a little bit later on. This was phoned into us about an hour ago. A woman was banned for driving for 6 months for parking in a disabled spot. And some of you think this is a little bit too harsh.
6 months.
6 months. The judge said, all right, and she did beg and say, fair enough, she did it before, and she said, all right, give me any fine, I apologise, I'll do this, that and the other, but she still got it. I think she got the fine, and she gets the 6 months for parking in a disabled spot. Now, some people were saying to us, come on, we cop onto yourself. I said, that's a bit too much. It is not fair. Is it fair to put somebody in, to ban them for driving for 6 months because they were parking in a disabled spot? Is that just, you're off the road, good luck, gone?
Is it, look, I know people get a little bit touchy when it comes to people parking in disabled spots, but is it that big of a deal? I mean, most supermarket shopping centres these days usually have 10 disabled spots. I'm not condoning it.
See,
I wouldn't park in myself.
A lot of people like it because of the good spots right beside the door. I get it, I understand.
Yeah.
And the Irish thing, I'm only going in for 10 minutes, I'm grand, leave me alone.
Popping in to get some bread and milk.
Yeah.
Now, look, I'm not condoning it. I've never done it myself, but is it that big of a deal to be parking in a disabled spot?
Okay.
I don't think so.
The judge thought so.
Though.
The woman was banned from driving for 6 months for parking in a disabled spot. Now, as Keith was saying, some of you think this is over the top. Is that, if that was you, and let's be honest, people will chance their arm. It's just our nature. You will chance your arm, and and if you got away with it, you'll do it again. And especially when if you're caught, you'll do the violin job and say, oh, sure, I need the car for this, that, and the other. We know that, otherwise you wouldn't have a car. But to be banned, it's a long time too. If you got kids or whatever and they're told, sorry, 6 months you're banned from driving, never mind parking, you can't do it. She did it many times, but and the judge certainly, that's what people are saying, she used her as an example. Well, what an example. She was begging big time. She was begging.
Look, when you think, I don't want to get into sentencing too much, when you think people get away with lots of stuff and get suspended sentences, or they just get away with stuff, and this woman gets a 6 month, that's something you get for drink driving or something, isn't it?
Alright, even if she did it a few times, you're thinking, she chanced her arm, she did it a few times, it isn't the crime of the century, but maybe it is. Maybe we actually should take it seriously, because the attitude, for God's sake, Chris, it's only a disabled spot with your cup on, no big deal.
If it's the only disabled spot in the place, fair enough, but from my experience, there's at least 10 of them, and they're always free. They're always free. In some of the big shopping centres in Dublin, there's always enough of them.
They're free for disabled drivers.
No, I get that.
Why they're free.
I get that, and I'm not defending
a lot of people are saying, hey, there's a free spot, and it's a really good one. It's nice and wide, and it's perfectly positioned, and it's easy to park in it. So it's very attractive as a parking space. It's really, really attractive. And then you turn around and you get caught and go, you're not going to, take me off the road for 6 months for parking in a disabled spot, are you? Yeah, is the answer.
I don't know. Look, and there's people texting in kind of having a go, saying that I'm not sticking up for her, I'm not condoning her, but I just think 6 months off the road is very harsh. It's honestly, I think if you drink drive, you get 6 months off the road. This isn't the same thing. This is parking in a
I think
spot.
You get a bit more than that. Give us your thoughts on that. 6797 FM104 is our phone number. 53104 for 20 cent. Is that a little bit too much? Let us know anyway. 53104 for 20 cent. Being banned for 6 months. You're not driving. No driving for 6 months because you parked in a disabled spot. A lot of people are saying, come on, that's just way out there. We want to know. 53104 for 20 cent.
Chris Perry on the FM104 Phone Show. The man who gets Dublin talking. Miss him. Miss out. FM104.
Welcome back to you. 6797 FM104 is our phone number. 53104 for 20 cent. They're celebrating one big movie. We'll be going into that in a little while. Derek is on line 3. Derek, you're not happy with some of the people who they're actually saying to us, come on, 6 months banned from driving because you went into a disabled spot. Okay, she went into it on a few occasions. It wasn't just once. Is that over the top?
But Chris, they're not in my position, You don't understand how frustrating it is,
Right.
Going around out doing your daily thing, and you go to look for a space, and there's people parked in them with no badge, wheelchair badge, It's very annoying now, and it happens to me at least 3 times a week now, you know.
Yeah, and do you ever say anything to anyone, Derek? Do you ever say, look, you're not supposed to do that, it's not for you, it's for me? We have people on to us now saying, for God's sake, Chris, they're not even disabled. What do you say to that?
I've had many arguments with people over the years. I had an accident 8 years ago now, I left me in the wheelchair. So, like, you know, and I will say I did parking before myself, before I ended up in the wheelchair, you know, because I suppose I was a bit ignorant to do it, but now, like, they just...
But I tell you what people are saying about the judge. I think it was the right of the judge to ban her for 6 months. If she got a slap on the wrist, then everyone would be parking in disabled spaces there for a reason, for the disabled. But you see, a lot of people say, yeah, we know that, but it's too harsh. 6 months is too harsh to be said, right, you're off the road, that's it. You can't do it. 53104 for 20 cents. Let me go to Aaron is on line too. Aaron, how are you?
What's the story, Chris?
Not bad. You think no big deal because it's over the top. She's banned for 6 months because she was in a parking space for disabled. Now, she's done it before, and you think it's a bit rich knocking her off the road for 6 months?
No, 6 months, that is fucking, that's a joke. I don't see the problem with it. Like, I mean, fucking, there's people getting handed the fucking those passes for nothing, like, do you know what I mean? And she was only probably there only for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, come on, anyway, that's everyone's excuse. I'll be out in 5 minutes. Would you do it? Would you? Hang on. Would you do it? Would you take the risk?
Yeah, no, I would. Yeah, you're right. It was not
Why? Why?
Because it's there to be taken. Like, it's not a big deal. Anyone can have those.
So you see a nice parking space and you go, look, I'll just take. You'll chance your arm. That's what you're saying to me. You'll chance your arm.
Handicapped or not, I'd be parking there straight away.
But you shouldn't. You know you shouldn't.
No, I'll just pull out an excuse to say I'm like disabled like fucking everyone else is doing. That's how.
Hello, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, come here. And what's your man's name? Aaron, isn't it?
Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah, by the way, I don't like that word handicapped, by the way, right? I had an accident 8 years ago. I'm disabled, not handicapped, right? You bleeding tick.
Yeah, well, whatever. Well, I don't give a bother. I'm just saying those spaces are there to be taken, and that's what I'll keep doing. That's what everyone else is doing. 6 months for doing that, like, there's fucking other things that are going on. 6 months for parking in a...
So you just... all right, you're not alone. Other people are now calling us in saying, yeah, we get it, Chris, but 6 months. Banning somebody for 6 months for parking in a disabled spot. One, they can't believe it, but yes, it did happen. Punishment's a little bit more harsh from what I led to believe. 6797 FM104 is our phone number. Linda's on line 3. Linda, what do you say? Some people are saying it's no big deal.
Well, I think that he was right to give the 6 month ban, because if he only gave, like, say, a month ban or whatever, a slap on the wrist or a fine or whatever, everybody would be doing it. And to start, like, compared to the amount of spaces for, like, non-disabled, they've only got, like, 5 or 10 or whatever. And if the guy up hand, everyone say, especially times like this at Christmas, everyone say, oh, second, there's no parking, just parking here. And but
that's the attitude seems to be, they're there.
Yeah,
everyone keeps saying to us, but even Aaron, you're saying this, they're there. There's more spaces. You see them.
You can have any other spot. Just that one that is close there, it's close.
Yeah, it's a good spot for a reason. Yeah.
But and I'll have it. Not in a wheelchair or someone with crutches or whatever that can't get out and walk like the rest of us.
Half the Americans disabled anyway. They're milking this to get the passes anyway.
Yeah, but you don't know that. There could be a few milking, all right. But then there could be genuine ones getting there and can't get out. I seen a man in a wheelchair trying to get on a bloody train, and everyone was stepping over him and everything like that. Your man couldn't even put the things down to get him up on the train because everyone's stepping on it. And he's there for about 5 minutes.
It doesn't even matter if he is or not. It's just the fact that it's not jail worthy. It's not worthy of being sent down to jail for 6 months. It's like
but then everyone will do it, and then before you know it, there'll be cars parked in there.
Everyone
in a wheelchair will come up. Won't be able to get into that space because some dickhead lazy fuck won't move out and say, why should I park out there when I can park in there and just walk in there?
And if somebody does it, Linda, over and over and over again, and you know this woman has done it a few times, and you know she was pleading for a fine and everything else. Is it a case of, look here, fine me and leave me alone? Nobody wants to be taken off the road, period. Nobody wants that to happen.
Yeah, but then you have to, like, they're there for a reason. They have the disabled sign on the spaces for a reason. You know, she did it. She'd probably do it again if she didn't get caught. And then, as I said, a car pull up with someone in it who is finding it hard to get around. And then she's parked it there just because she couldn't be arsed going parking somewhere else or driving around for a few minutes.
OK, hang on a sec. Let me go to John as well on line 3. John, you're live on FM104. A lot of people are now saying to us, all right, punish the woman. And indeed, some park attendants are calling us in and saying, nothing new here, Chris. People like Aaron, and Aaron isn't alone. Aaron, you're saying it's there for the taking. If you see, this is what people keep saying, if there's 5 spaces there, one of them is being used, you'll chance your arm. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, well, sure, if I can't get a spot like fucking anywhere else, and there's a spot there to be taken, why would I not take it? If it's not, there's no one use.
Because it's marked, maybe, because it's marked disabled. Maybe that's the reason you're not supposed to take it.
Handicapped or not, I don't give a fuck, I'll be taking it anyway.
What do you mean handicapped? Disabled is the term people use.
Disabled or whatever.
Well, I can't listen to this crap, you know, that he's just, someday...
Hang on a sec, hold on a sec, Linda. John is also, by the way, if anybody's seen this happen, maybe you are disabled and you've come across people like this, because obviously people will chance their arm. And I've heard of one woman who just, looked at them and said, I'll be a minute, and ignore them. What do you say to people who just do it again and again and again? 53104 for 20 cents. John is on the line. John, you think 6 months a bit harsh?
Yeah, Chris, I don't know what the guards are at. Like, they should be after these boy racers around town, not fucking waiting for elderly women in a handicap parking spot to give them 6 months fucking driving fine. Fucking ridiculous, man.
You think it's ridiculous?
Ridiculous.
So I take it you would you chance your arm as well?
Yeah, sure, just put on a bit of a limp walking away from the car and you're sorted.
But I presume you're going to need the disabled sticker as well. So are you like a lot of people now calling us saying they're there, you see them, there's about, sometimes in a decent car park in a supermarket there might be 5 or 6 of them. They're good. I mean, Aaron is right, they are in a good position. The reason they're in a good position, because they're a disabled parking space.
It shouldn't matter though, like.
Yeah, but it does matter.
It shouldn't. I'm only going to be in there for like a minute or two. Your man in the...
They're not... Listen. Are you disabled?
Well...
No, you're not disabled. So do you have a disabled sticker? No. Are you... I mean, do you have permission to do it? No, you don't.
Yeah,
you're just chancing your arm. John, you're the same. John, you'll chance your arm as well.
Yeah, I'd just say you're borrowing your mate's car, your stickers in your car. Fuck it.
You wouldn't care?
No.
And if somebody, all right, here's the bottom line. If somebody said to you, listen, buddy, you're going to go to court for this, you will lose the ability to drive. You're going to be banned for driving for at least 6 months because of what you've done. You don't even see the problem there, do you?
No.
You don't see any reason why you should be taken off the road because you use a disabled parking space, because your logic is it's there.
My logic is, it's there to be taken, there's no one in it, and why would I wait for a spot or get one further down the queue, or I can't have to wait when I can just take that one? I'm only going to be like 2 or 3 minutes anyway, and it's not worth going to jail for. I don't fucking see the big deal.
Okay, but even, is it worth being banned for 6 months for?
Well, just give it a chance anyway, like fucking...
You see, you don't attach any importance to it at all.
No, there's not.
I'm just wondering, is everyone the same? It's a disabled parking space. It doesn't really matter if you got. That seems to be the attitude there, and who cares? That's your attitude. It's to you, it's just pure luck and a convenience because it's a decent spot. That's all that is. And you're as bad, John. Your idea is, actually, the courts are wasting their time. If that woman was clearly upset the fact that she was banned for 6 months for parking in a disabled spot. I mean, she's done it several times before and she got hung, drawn and quartered.
Like everyone else has.
Just the guards making the job easier for themselves, making fines going up. Sure, they should be after the boy racers around town instead of fucking waiting for elderly women out doing their shopping.
Hang on a second. 53104 for 20 cents. Give us your thoughts on this. 6797 FM104 is the phone number. Joe is on line 3. Joe, what do you say to these people? To them, it's like it's just there. It's a convenience for them. They don't care about anyone who actually deserves it, because as far as I was concerned, it's marked clearly disabled parking space, and that's what it's for.
Yeah, well, it seems to be that they don't seem to have any consideration for people that's in a wheelchair, do they?
No, none whatsoever. I mean, and listening to some of the people, like the woman who was done, she did it continuously as well. Wasn't the first time that she was caught doing this. And going on what a lot of people have said to us, Aaron said it, and so did John. Sure, it's there. It's there for the taking. Just chant your arm.
No, it's not there for the taking, because a mate of mine is in a wheelchair, and the whole idea of them is that they're a lot wider for people to come out and get a wheelchair out in a car for the driver to actually get out of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it only takes them the matter of a second or two to walk across the car park than it is for the person in a wheelchair to get their wheelchair out, put it beside them, they can get out, and then do what they have to do.
No, well, what about people who need a lot of space for their shopping and stuff? Like they need to be at the front door. They have heavy shopping and all. It shouldn't matter. It's disabled and all fucking disabled. It shouldn't matter. Like, other people have uses for that spot as well. Like.
No, they know. They're designed for the people that are actually disabled. Not for gobshites like you that can't use a fucking trolley.
I'm not a gobshite. I'm just saying it'd be more convenient.
Well, you're getting there. Seriously, you're getting there with that attitude. I mean, if you honestly think, yeah, you're right, they have wide parking spaces for people with 4x4s or whatever, the mammy wagons or whatever they call them. If it says, hang on a second, Aaron, if it says disabled, do you know what that means, with the love and honour of God?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, I might have a lot of shopping. I need to get to the car fast. Same way, other people are doing it. Everyone does be doing it. At least.
But okay, Aaron, it seems to be to me that you must be fucking disabled. If you can't use a trolley. The whole idea of trolleys in shopping centres is so that you can actually carry your heavy shopping to the car and bring the trolley back. That's just a lazy bastard.
I don't need a trolley. What I need is that spot at the door, whether it's disabled or not. I'm taking it.
No, but that spot at the door is for the likes of my mate that's in a wheelchair that has no fucking legs to be walking around. You're capable of walking around.
I don't see why you get the priority. I don't see why you get the priority over me. Are
you not looking at the priority? Hang on.
I'm there first.
A normal car parking space is made for a normal car, which you can get out with no problem. Am I right?
Correct, he is right.
Yeah, so them car park spaces are made wider, so the person in the wheelchair can actually get the chair beside the car. That's what it's fucking made for and designed for. So if
I'm there first, so I should be able to take that spot. It should be a first come, first serve thing. She shouldn't have to be priority over me.
Hang on. No, of course it's priority. It's designed for the fucking people.
I don't care, because there's other people who need to use it as well, like myself.
Hang on. They've made the rest of the car park for you, where there's no disabled signs, no children's spaces on it, and it's designed for you. You're just a lazy bastard.
I'm not a lazy bastard.
You are.
I just don't see why that woman was sent down for 6 months just for parking there like a few times. She caused no harm.
But was she disabled?
No.
No, but it doesn't matter though.
It does matter.
Hang on. Of course it matters.
She probably was only parked there for 2 minutes, not a fucking day. Like,
hang on for a minute. I had an incident where I was in the car with the mate, right? He had no way, because of people like you parked in the car park spot. He waited for 10 minutes and he wanted to go shopping. There was no way in there that he could put his car in a car park spot, because them disabled parking spaces were actually taken up. He could not put his car...
No, he should have came earlier then, if you asked me. He should have came 10 minutes earlier.
Hang on for a minute.
Hang
on. He could not put his car in a normal car parking spot because he can't get his fucking wheelchair in beside it. Do you not see the fucking logic of that? That's the way it's designed.
I'm just saying, it's not worth being sent down for just because he had to wait 10 minutes there. Like, but it's people like him that's being put out by people like you. And at the end of it, I hope if you're going to do it, I hope you get caught, because I'm not going to go off the road.
You might, and they might just ban you for 6 months.
Can't see myself being caught, because I'll be only there for 2 or 3 minutes anyway, so it's not like I'm parked there for the day. I'm like camping out there. Like.
But John, you've done this before and it doesn't bother you. You have the same excuse. I'm only in there for a few minutes.
Exactly, sure. We have further to walk to the shop. Your man, the wheelchair can just roll there, so there's no difference. Like we've to put in more of an effort walking.
The difference is you don't have a disability.
Hang on, Chris. Hang on. He has the luxury of fucking walking.
Yes.
People in wheelchairs don't.
Yeah, they have the fucking life of luxury, sitting on their holes all day.
Hang on, and now you're being a right fucking wanker, you are, aren't you?
Fuck off.
You fucking prick. You've got people that haven't got the ability to walk and are confined to a wheelchair, and you think that's a fucking luxury?
You have to put us closer to the door so we've less to walk.
What?
Put us closer to the door so we have less to walk, so...
No, they put it closer to the door so somebody with a disability has less stress and energy to exert when they're going there. I mean, you see, there is a reason why it is called a disability. You know, it's parking for disabled. There's a good reason for that, and you're right. It is wider, it is better designed, and it is closer to the door. Hang on a sec. Shane is also on the line. Stay with us, Joe. 6797 FM104 is our phone number. Now we realise, here the judge was right. Now we realise why this woman was banned for 6 months for parking in a disabled spot. A lot of people are just tuning in and shocked. That's what I said. The woman was banned for 6 months for parking in a disabled spot, and some people think this punishment is a little bit harsh. You heard what some of the guys are saying there, and you heard what Joe is saying there. I have a disabled sticker in my car for my mother, and if somebody is using the spot with no sticker and my mum is in the car, I will block the car with my car and leave it there till my mum are finished our shopping appointments, and they won't do it again. Actually, we want to talk to that person if we can. Aaron, you wouldn't, if someone blocked you in deliberately because you used the space.
He'd have no car after. That
would really wind you up, wouldn't it?
No, he wouldn't be having shop. He wouldn't be going shopping anyway. He wouldn't have any fucking legs. He wouldn't be having legs after that anyway. Who the fuck's park his car there?
Well, you shouldn't be in the spot in the first place.
I should be in the spot. That's what I'm.
You shouldn't be in the spot.
I'm not understanding why you don't think what I should be allowed to park there. I don't care. Disabled or not, I don't care. I honestly don't give.
Do you not realise you don't have a right to it?
No, I should have a right.
You don't have a right to it. I know it's attractive and you want it and you use it.
Chris, I'm going to pick the more convenient option, and that is the more convenient option, and I'm there first. If someone wanted to get in there, it should have came before me.
Well, I tell you, if I came with the mate of mine and I used to block your car in, I could tell you here and now, you'd have no fucking chance of doing anything to bleed and damage him, because I'd be...
Wait, what's this?
I said if I was with the mate and he decided to fucking block you in, he'd be doing nothing to the bleeding sort of it. Because
I would not leave there. I'd break his legs, being honest with you, because I might have
So you have anger management issues as well, right?
I'm just fucking saying, I wouldn't be standing there letting him block me in just because I was there first.
Okay, so
no excuse.
Okay, so here's not only the thing. You're fucking disabled and retarded, because you're only at the point now saying there that you're going to break your man's legs when they're already fucking not working.
Yeah, well then his windows would be gone then. He'd need to go fucking auto glass or something then to get his fucking windows fixed, because he wouldn't be fucking blocking me in anyway. So you think either way.
And you don't realise why. I think it was a girl who gave us that text, by the way, Aaron. You don't realise why they're so angry at people like you, men and women. Now, it's not just guys, men and women.
Yeah, but he or she has no right to block me in anyway.
No, she doesn't. But I mean, they might do that as a reaction to your attitude. And you may not do it again. Hang on, Shane is on the line as well. Shane, you're live on FM104. How are you, Shane? Not bad, Shane. Go ahead.
That Aaron fella there, there's another gobshite he is, and he sounds like he's even too young even to have a driving licence. I would say he's on there just spoofing out.
Yeah, alright.
But we also have John. John, you have a weird attitude, because you see it as, you don't even see it as an issue, because you feel that the guards should be doing something more important. That's what you were saying to me earlier on.
Yeah, sure. It's just a spot outside a shop at the end of the day. So there's people out there, no tax, no insurance, no licence, no nothing. And
it's about an attitude, though. I think this is what Shane and Joe are saying. Shane. It's about an attitude, really, because, you know, you hear it from the likes of Aaron, you hear it from the likes of John. It's just not an issue to them. They just see that as, it's a parking space that's there. Sure, I'll chance me arm. That's it.
It's a parking space for somebody else. If his mother or father pulled in there and there was someone else in there blocking their space, if they were wheelchair bound, he would not be happy. He wouldn't be going on like a clown on the radio the way he is now.
Somebody's just said stupidity is not a disability. That's true.
Well, I don't know about that. But in hindsight, the woman with the 6 month ban, she should have been made work with disabled people to show how hard it is for them to get around. And then she maybe would have realised, because even with a 6 month ban, she was still parked there again.
But she was apparently she's done it a few times. She's been caught a few times, and she did plead with the court that, you know, it wasn't to happen. But she's still getting the ban, a fine and a ban.
Yeah, but I still think they should make them work with disabled people, let them see how it is, how difficult it is for them to get around, and maybe they might then come get a bit of cop on.
How about that, John? You know, I mean, you seem to think, Asher, Jesus, you know, they're it's pretty easy. They have a nice parking space or whatever. You don't have a disability and they do. Have you the wrong attitude?
At the end of the day, it's just a bit of tarmac with a bit of white paint on it. Like, there's no difference between any other parking spot. It's a bit wider, a bit more convenient.
Jesus, John, how stupid are you?
They have to get a wheelchair out of their car. That's why they need the space.
Go on the fucking bus or something.
They can't because they're in a wheelchair. All right, they can go in certain buses, fair enough. If they have a car, it has been designed so to take the wheelchair and everything else. That's expensive enough. Then they're managed to drive. They need a bit of independence and mobility, just like everybody else. You know, everybody's entitled to that. Then they meet a jackass like you or John, and you decide, you know, it's a space, I'll use it, it's grand. And that old excuse, it's only there for a few minutes, it's fine. That's not working anymore.
No, come here, buses. By the way, buses are only permitted to take a certain
about one or two, I think. Yeah, they can't take that many.
When buggies are on there and prams, they can't even get a wheelchair on. So that means that they're stranded at bus stops for hours.
That's not my fault.
It may be your fault if you're sitting in somebody's disabled space because your attitude is, it's grand, it's there, I'll only be 5 minutes. That's not good enough. And then the girl who how would you react, by the way? I think it was a girl who gave us that message. She would block you in.
Honestly.
She would actually block you in for, if she realised you shouldn't be there, you're able-bodied, there's nothing wrong with you, and you're deliberately taking the disabled space, she'd actually block you in. How do you feel about that? Would that bother you?
Yeah, but if you're all slating us for parking in the spot, that makes you no better than us.
No, what she said, that is her. That's how much you annoy people. Do you not realise that?
Yeah, but everyone's calling us ignorant for parking in the spot, so that's just complete and utter ignorance blocking someone's car. So what good is that? She's going to have to sit in the car then. So
it's ignorant for her to react to you, but it's okay for you to park in the spot in the first place, is it?
Yeah.
Chris, when somebody's in a wheelchair,
yep,
and they need to get out of it, they have to have door. Like, if somebody is paralysed and they're driving the car, they've no way of using their feet, right? So I mean,
get a pair of crutches.
No, hang on. I said they can't use their feet. They're actually paralysed from the waist down. Now, in order for them to get out of the car, they need to have their driver door fully open. So they need the width of a driver door to get out of the car. Now, the mate of mine has to have the wheelchair beside his car. He's to put a board on the car. He's to shiver himself straight across into the wheelchair. So which means he needs the width of that door open, fully open, to get into that chair. Do you not see the point of that? When they are trying to get into, if they were in a normal car park space, they can't do that. They can't fully open the door.
There you go.
You can get out.
Yeah, but here's the solution. Just wait 5 minutes until I'm done my fucking shopping, and then you can have the.
But I mean, he wouldn't need that wait. By the time you parked in your parking spot and got out of the car, he still would be struggling to get out of the car by the time you got back out and got your car. It would take him that length of a time, the 5 minutes, just to get out of the fucking car.
Well, then he's going to have to wait. He's going to have to wait then. Therefore, he's going to have to wait.
But then you'd have to wait for the guards to be called, because I swear, if I ever came across you...
There'll be no guards being called, because it's only going to take me 2 minutes to get in my car, fuck off.
Yeah, but if I'm behind you, and I block you in for blocking into the space, but then you'll be banned off the road, won't you?
No, I won't.
But so will you. If we fucking call the guards on you, then, like, you're no better than us.
See, the thing about it is, we'll be in the disabled car, so you will have no right to be in it, so technically, you will be banned.
Yeah, but you've no right to fucking park in the car park behind the fucking car on the road, you gobshite.
Because there's no other parking spots available for us to park a car.
Then wait, then you just wait then. You wait until
you can wait for the guard to come and get...
Well, there's no spots, you park it in the middle of the fucking road. Is that pure fucking attitude? That's fucking ridiculous, man.
No, but see, the thing about it is, you're not in the middle of a road when you're in
a car park. He's right. Hang on a sec, guys. 6797 FM104 is our phone number. 53104 for 20 cent. Okay, a lot of people have been on to us. I'm going to have to do a bit of a vote in this. This is the woman who was banned for 6 months for parking in a disabled spot. Now, she's done it a number of times. You think if you're caught doing that, you know, would you ever cop onto yourself? But now I know why so many people with disabilities have texted us in and said, actually, yeah, they come across this all the time. It's nothing new to them. They're delighted, absolutely delighted that this happened. And maybe what one guy said to us, at least this judge had a little bit of cop on, and it wasn't the usual, put a few bob into the poor box and away you go. Paul is on the line as well. Paul, are you delighted that she got 6 months?
Yes.
Delighted.
And at last.
They park in the disabled spot, we need to go into it. I bring my grandfather around. They will move the car. I will make them move it. And that will be the end of it. Lazy, ignorant bastards.
How are you going to make me move the car?
I will put you in the fucking car and make you move.
But I'm going to be doing my shopping, so how are you going to...
Then I'll fucking wreck your car. And I'll move it.
You're not going to move any car, you fool. That car's there to stay. And when I come out there, I'm going to put my shopping away and I'm going to go off, and you're not going to sit and say anything to me. And you know why?
You're going to break my legs as well. You fucking
I was there first.
You were there first, you lazy prick. It takes 2 minutes to park away from
lazy prick, not my fault.
I'm a lazy prick. I don't park in disabled bays. You pig ignorant little fuck.
Yeah, well, it's beside the door and I wanted it. I was there first. You should have.
Yeah, and if I was there, you'd fucking move your car, or I'd move your car.
Go on, you.
Paul, what do you say? I mean, I'm sure you've got, judging by the amount of disabled people who are actually getting in touch with us now, this is nearly a daily occurrence for them.
If I see people doing them, I tell them to move their car.
Well, what's the attitude been like to you?
Oh, fucking mind your own business and all. That's all you get. And I'd just tell them, listen, move your car or I'll put the window in your own business.
And does that work? If you
most
sort of
times, yeah.
If you turn on the pressure?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Don't be working with someone like me or anyone I know.
What are you going to do, you bitch?
You just send
fold you like a piece of paper.
Hard man here.
I'm not a hard man. Get some respect, you lazy little fucking park in your own spot.
Bet you wouldn't say it to a fucking fella, you wouldn't.
And I haven't before. I'd say it to you now. Where are you? And I'll go and tell you.
I'll put your window through if you don't move. He was there first.
I will. And I'll put your handbrake down and roll your car out.
Yeah, he was there first, but the thing is, what you don't understand, and this is what I'm trying to explain to a lot of people. There are people, by the way, calling us in now, and they're saying, it's a bit harsh, Chris. That woman's probably a mother. She needs the car. She needs let me finish. She needs the car over Christmas, and she didn't mean to do it. She's done it loads of times. That was the problem.
Sitting in the torrential rain the last few days in a wheelchair.
Yeah, imagine what that's like.
Get out of the car.
Good point.
When they get the wheelchair out, they are soaked because they're lazy bastards.
Yeah, we're getting soaked as well. Walk up to the door, pal, right?
Get a fucking umbrella, you cabbage. Try an umbrella with a wheelchair.
You have your legs. And you have the use of your legs.
Yeah, and I still have to walk anyway.
Oh, God, Jesus wept. Hold on. Vivian, hello, Vivian. How are you?
Hiya, how's it going?
Not bad. All right, you have a family member is disabled. Going on what Paul is saying to us, he's come across lots of people like this who just give you the two fingers and just walk away.
You do. I have a sister.
Right.
And I go to Temple Street Hospital every Thursday with her and never can get parking because some dopes to be parked in the disabled spot.
And they're not disabled?
No. And the last time I went in, I actually ran the clampers and got them clamped.
Which is a legitimate reason to get them clamped. I can understand that.
Of course. Every time I go in, there's no parking. There's not. And I wouldn't mind. I actually go around all the cars and check to see if they have a sticker, but you don't.
And did you ever have a row with them?
Yeah, I did with a taxi driver.
A taxi driver goes into a disabled space, and what did he say to you?
Yeah, I actually asked him to move and he told me no. So I went into the desk in Temple Street Hospital and told him to get him moved, or I was ringing the clampers. But he said there's nothing he can do, so I rang the clampers.
So what did the clampers say to you when you rang them?
They came up where he was gone, but I actually did get a car clamped when I was in the spot.
I didn't know you could ring the clampers to get them to clamp somebody.
Yes, I did.
You can?
Yes, you can. You can. I have the number in my phone if you want it.
So you just have the clampers on speed dial?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, you're some bitch, aren't you? Me
I'm not.
2 minute fucking shopping.
No,
you say that if someone you know or love is in a wheelchair, you little bollock.
But they're not. They're not. The smart of
exactly, so you don't understand it.
You know what? You should have a parking spot. Because you're a fucking dickhead.
See you with your speed dial and clamper. What the? Can you not wait for 2 minutes until I'm finished?
No, because you don't be too.
Why can't you not wait for 2 minutes until I'm finished?
I would be an hour sitting there waiting on somebody to move and he wouldn't move.
And you know something? Who has been 2 minutes shopping in a supermarket?
Exactly.
Nobody.
They shouldn't be parking in the spots. They're for disabled people.
So, Vivian, you must be delighted for once, just for once in this little country of ours, somebody went into court and thought, I'll get a slap in the wrist, whatever. Didn't happen.
No, she deserved it.
6 months off the road and a fine, from what I believe, for parking in a disabled spot several times. Wasn't the first time she did it.
Well, Dad, she deserved it. She deserved it. She did.
Even when people are saying, Chris, now it's not the crime of the century, it's a bit harsh, the poor woman probably needs the car. I love, you know something? You know when people are caught, the violin comes out. So many violins are coming out, you could have an orchestra.
Yeah, there's enough parking spots out there for normal people. There's only a few out there for disabilities.
They're all taken. So if one's at the door and it's free, you got to take it.
No,
but you're not supposed to take it, that's the point.
But I don't care. I don't give a fuck. It's convenient. I need it. I want it.
You know what? If you went out and got a bang of a car tomorrow and you ended up in a wheelchair...
Well, I'm not going to get a bang of a car. Stop talking shit, really. I'm going to keep doing this and I'm not going to get caught.
I'd love to meet up with you, Nola.
Yeah, and see you and your clamper. Oh, I clamp me fist through your fucking window if you can call it. Just call a clamper on me.
I would love you to.
Fucking easy. Clampers and all that shit. Fucking easy.
Well, the thing is, the clampers appeared. Got to take a break. We're back in a second. 6797 FM104 is our phone number. Okay, let's have a vote on this. 53104 for 20 cent. Was the woman treated harshly, do you think? Woman banned for driving for 6 months for parking in a disabled spot. Now, she's done it several times. Is it too harsh? Yes or no? Give us your text 53104 for 20 cent. You can leave a comment as well, but a lot of you are a bit mixed over that. You're not quite sure. Let me see. The woman deserved to be sentenced and should be longer, and maybe she should work with disabled people. Those ignorant people, John and Aaron, should be ashamed of themselves. Mocking is catching. Hope they get what they deserve. Chris, once we pay our road tax, we're entitled to park anywhere we wish. Simple as that. We'll come back and debate that point. Now, is that true? Seriously. Once we get that guy on. Seriously. Once we pay our road tax, we're entitled to park anywhere we wish. Simple as that. We're going to have to ask the brain of Ireland about that one after the break. 6797 FM104 is our phone number. Absolute genius, that one.
Chris Perry on the FM104 Phone Show. The man who gets Dublin talking. Miss him. Miss out. FM104.
Eddie's on line 2. Eddie, you're live on FM104. You have used disabled spots before. Why?
I have, just to run into the shop, Chris, just for a couple of seconds, you know what I mean, mate?
Yeah, how many seconds though? Because
I'd be in and out for about, say
5 minutes.
In and out, right, and say about 5 minutes at the most, you know what I mean, mate?
And if somebody came up to you, because we had a girl on earlier on and a guy on as well, they'd block you in if they saw you in there. How would you react to that?
I swear to God, mate, you know what? I'd get out and I'd take him out of the car and I'd move his car and then I'd get into my car and pull off.
But even if they said, you came back to them and said, look, it was only 5 minutes, I know why you have the spot. It's because it's usually the closest spot to the door of the shopping centre or the shop or whatever it may be, so I understand its convenience.
Yeah,
but if they said to you, look, you're not disabled, you shouldn't be there, what would you say to them?
I just I'd apologise, you know what I mean, mate? I wouldn't I wouldn't go down like that road, you know what I mean?
And if they got annoyed with you, as one girl did, and she said she always does it, she deliberately blocks people in.
But to me, mate, she sounds like a bit of a glass, you know what I mean?
In what sense?
Like ringing them clampers and all, you know?
Oh yeah, well she was ringing. Yeah, she has the clampers on speed dial. And if they deliberately,
mate, I swear to God,
if she deliberately said to you, "All right, too late now, I'm going to get you clamped,"
I just pull off, mate.
You wouldn't, Darren.
I'd have a car and she started any of her shit, and I just pull. I'd move her car up a bit and pull off.
Yeah, but that attitude of, look, I'll only be 5 minutes, and an Irish 5 minutes can be 15. But
I understand that, mate. But I swear to God, it'd be only 5 minutes. I would, Chris.
But you're not supposed to be on the bloody. You're not supposed to be in the space in the first place.
I know that, mate, but I don't use them that much. But if I have to use them,
you're not supposed to use them. I mean? But you don't have to use them. You're not supposed to use them.
I know,
at all, ever.
But you know when you're in a hurry, mate, and you need to go, do you know what I mean?
Okay, all right, hang on a sec. Few people listening. Emma, what do you say to Eddie? Has to use them.
I just think it's an absolute disgrace. I think my mother has a disability. Also, I work as a care assistant. These people don't realise just how hard it is to get people out for the day.
And even when, and Darren had been listening to that. Darren, there you go. Eddie, agreeing with Aaron and John and everybody else. And sure, it's there. They have to use it. It's convenient. What do you say to that, Darren?
Nobody has to use it. Nobody has to use it.
only the people that's meant to use it. Simple. I have a disabled daughter. She's able to walk. I had an option to get a ticket on her, and I refused it.
Why?
Because she can walk to the doors. She doesn't need what other people do.
Okay. So you realise that they're there for a reason.
Don't get me wrong, mate. If someone came up and said, look, would you move your car? I have a disabled. You know, I'd go, you know what I mean? But I can still use it, you know what I mean, mate?
Have you kids?
Yes, I have kids, yes, mate.
Yeah. If you had a disabled child, how would you feel? If your disabled child couldn't walk and there was no car park spaces and it was lashing rain out, what would you do?
I just wait for the person to come out, you know what I mean, mate? And probably give them a set, you know, probably give them a available, you know what I mean?
What if you're in a hurry?
What do you mean, what if you're in a hurry?
What if they were in a hurry? What if they needed that spot?
Well, I'm in a hurry because I'm in the fucking parking space, aren't I, mate?
You know, you're a fucking scumbag. That's all you are.
Hey, mate, that's that there, mate. You know what I mean? I didn't call you a scumbag, mate. You know what I mean?
No, but you're parking in disabled car parks.
What I'm saying, if there's someone came along, like, do you know what I mean? I'd move, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is, you could be in the shopping centre when they need it and it's marked disabled, and you see, the excuse is, I'll only be 5 minutes. It's not good enough.
Look,
do you not realise?
Couldn't need anything.
Eddie, do you not realise?
Do you know what, Chris? There's a shower of whingers in this country. Do you know that, mate?
You could call us a shower of whingers, but it's black and white. It's pretty simple. If it says disabled, it ain't for you, buddy.
I know that, mate.
And you've no right to use it. You've no right to use it at all.
I know no right to use it.
Well, don't use it then.
I will use it because I'm in a hurry. I use it, simple as, mate.
Scumbag.
Hang on a second.
Scumbag, you're the scumbag, mate.
You're the scumbag. Come here.
You wouldn't take to me face if I seen you, because I tell you I'd lash it over, mate.
I don't wish disability on anybody, and I hope to God you never have to deal with it. But let me tell you something, if you ever do have to deal with it, you will know where us people are coming from. You're scum. They're just disabled.
I'm not scum, mate. Come here and I tell you, I just disabled. You call me a scumbag again, I break your neck, mate.
You're a scumbag.
Well, that says more about you, Eddie, than it does about him. Hang on, somebody's annoyed with you who has a disabled daughter who's and you can understand his anger, and now you're threatening him to cause violence to him. That's
you're giving me loads on the radio, Chris, you know what I mean, mate?
Yeah.
There's disabled kids that need them spots, adults, fucking people that can't walk. What are you in them? You can walk, can't you? I hope to God you don't have to deal with disability in your family. That's all I have to say.
Well, then get off the radio.
Hang on a sec, mate. James is also on the air. James, you're live on FM104. How are you?
I'm not so bad.
What do you say to Eddie?
Listening to these morons here on the radio is annoying the shit out of me.
Well, there's a plenty. See, the thing is, the morons, as you put it, they take the space, and you heard the attitude. They don't see. It doesn't seem to bother them.
I would love for them to spend a week in my shows.
They don't care.
See how difficult it is. Because people are just... Do you know what? He's just an ignorant shit. He shouldn't even be driving a car.
So what do you want to do, mate? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to start crying for you or something?
I want you to fuck off, you dick.
See the language you're using?
You've no intelligence at all, have you?
Hold on, mate. If I'm in a shopping centre and I have to use one of them spaces, I use one, all right, mate?
Out, you dick.
Simple fucking as.
Shut up.
You're the pure out and out muppet you are, do you know that?
Why?
Because you get on the radio and you give it all mouth.
With a reason, he's reacting to you.
You're a moron.
Yeah. What? Because he uses the disabled space for 2 or 3 minutes, mate.
You're just an ignorant moron. And you
know what? I don't talk to Phil, so I'm not going to talk to you muppet, you.
It's against the law, the parking of disabled space.
Hold on a minute. I parked in a disabled space one day, yeah? And they thought you were smart, yeah, laughing at me.
You tell me where you
parked. They thought you were smart, laughing at me, but I took the clamp off and fucked off.
Hang on a sec, lads. Hang on a sec. Let me go to Paul as well, who's been listening to all this. I suppose what this illustrates tonight is just there's so many of them coming on who don't see an issue with using spaces. Now, every age group is on to us as well. 6 guys in his 20s says, disabled Chris, see it all the time. He says, I try not to have a row with people because you don't want to be upset every day and rowing with people every day. I get that. I understand that. 53104 for 20 cents. 6797 FM104 is our phone number. Paul is on the line as well. Hello, Paul. How are you?
How you doing? Not too bad, Chris.
Okay, what do you say to now a tsunami of people calling us in, and they just don't see an issue with this. They cannot understand why a woman was banned for the she was banned from driving for 6 months for continuously parking in a disabled spot. Surely it's the judge is setting down a marker here.
Well, I hope he's making an example, and I hope it makes people think twice.
Oh, they're upset now. They just don't get it. They're going, but it's there. The attitude, it's there.
Go to any kind of major shopping centre, there is on average in a car park maybe 5 spots.
Yeah, and good ones, yeah. They're usually the good spots, yeah.
I know they're next to the front door. Everyone wants to get as close to the shopping centre as I can. But that's needed. You look at the way the weather's been over the last 2 weeks. I've had my wife out. My wife is in a wheelchair. You think it takes, for me to get the wheelchair out of the car, get it set up and get her out and into the car, can take maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Now when the pissings are rain...
It's not easy in the pissings are rain, I know.
Some prick won't park a 2-minute walk from the fucking front door. Like, we had to get... We're living in a block of apartments. Mm-hmm. We've had to recently just get our own parking spot outside the apartment block. And the first day it went in, I came home and there was someone fucking parked in it.
Could you do anything about that? Get them clamped?
Well, we basically got on to the landlords and they basically sent letters around and they said if anyone goes in it, it's going to be clamped. Now, thankfully, it's been in about a week and a half now and there hasn't been a repeat of it. But I mean, it infuriates. Like, I had the kids in town today and my wife was at home. Mm-hmm. We went to town and the kids were like, oh, you can park in the wheelchair spot. And I'm like, yeah, but we don't need to park in the wheelchair spot. Your ma's not with us. We don't need to take that spot. Like, that's it. When you're in that situation, it opens your eyes a hell of a... My wife only recently ended up in a wheelchair about 3 months ago. So this is all kind of new.
And it's a whole new world then, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's just, when you see people and you're just like, well, it takes you fucking 2 minutes.
And this is, what I'm reading out tonight, Paul, you know this is rare. It is rare for any judge, because usually it's, put €100 in the poor box and don't do it again. Yeah. Now it's actually no. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to ban you for 6 months.
Well,
and everyone's freaking going, what? 6 months? And maybe it's high time it happened.
Exactly.
That she was done.
I'm hoping there's enough people now that are listening and that it's been...
And they're freaking now. They're freaking now, let me tell you. They're not happy.
You've got idiots there saying they're going to break people's legs and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm only going to be 2 minutes. That 2 minutes doesn't fucking matter. It's going to... So if you're only going to be 2 minutes, there's an extra 30 seconds parking on the other side going to take that much away from your life. Whereas that extra 2 minutes for me, if it's piss and rain and I'm trying to get my wife out of the car and into a shopping centre as quickly as we can so she doesn't end up getting sick, it's just...
When you see this in, say, the big shop, especially around Christmas time when it's busy, even now the shopping centres are busy, they're open late.
Yeah.
And when you see this, when you roll in there and you realise, oh, here we go again, some bloody plonkers, parked in there. Did you ever approach anybody? Maybe it's a bit early. Did you ever approach anyone?
I have not come across anyone yet.
Yeah, but would you?
I think I'd blow my fucking lid. That's being totally honest. If I saw someone coming out, just strolling in and just jumping in the car and driving off after me. Because, I've been in car parks. I was out in the pavilions in Swords there last week. Mm-hmm. And I had to drive around the car park for 15 minutes to try and get a spot. And
it's a busy place.
Yeah, it's just... And it's... Now, I don't know if, it could all be genuine people that are in there that have their badges. But I'll guarantee you there's at least one that wasn't.
And to be fair, a lot of the times the people who organise the car parks, they're pretty good at this. Stay with us there. Susan is on the line. Susan, you better talk to Eddie and Aaron here as well. Susan, you've blocked people in.
I have indeed, yes, Chris.
How did that go down, Susan? How the hell did that go down?
Oh, I've had people shouting at me. I've had people apologising to me. But no, I'm going to park there. If they've taken over the spot, I'm going to park there. I'm going to park behind them and block them in.
And what's the reaction been? What was the most aggressive one you got? Because you heard some of the guys on the phone freaking that anybody would do this. You're doing this, I know you shouldn't, but you're doing this in a reaction to them, trying to teach them a lesson.
Oh, I've been threatened to be punched and everything, and I was screamed at in my face, threatened to have my car rammed, everything. I don't care. I just totally ignored them and get my mother back into the car.
And it annoyed you so much that you said, well, to hell with it. I'm going to block you in. And when it's obvious that you block them in, how does the conversation go? Give us an instance.
I was only in the shop for 2 minutes.
And you know that's nonsense. You know that's rubbish.
I don't know how long they're in the shop for or how long they're going to be. I've got my disabled mother in the car who needs to use the toilet or she needs to take her medication. I've got to get into the shopping centre. It's going to take me 10 minutes to get out of the car. She has severe osteoarthritis and osteoporosis. It's going to take me a long time to get her out of the car. I can't wait. So I'm going to block you in.
There you go, Aaron. She block you in.
She's what's her name?
Her name is Susan. She has blocked people in before, and they have threatened to punch her, but she doesn't care.
Yeah, but see, they threatened to do it, whereas I just fucking do it. I wouldn't bother threatening you because you shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be allowed to even do that.
But you shouldn't be allowed. Sorry, I have.
Don't mind me. Don't mind. I'm talking about you. Who the fuck are you to park and block me?
Do you know who I am? I'm the person who stood at the county council and applied for the disabled badge for my mother. That's who I am.
I don't care. I'm just saying, who are you? Who are you to just block someone in?
I'm the person who's entitled to use that spot. That's who I am.
And you know what? Tough shit, because I'm a road.
Well, tough shit if I block you in and go on and punch me. Because if I have to take a punch for my mother, I will take a punch for my mother. She's entitled to park in that spot.
Me in. I wouldn't be threatening you. I'd just fucking do it. I wouldn't give a shit. I'd just do it.
I don't care. I'll take it.
One day you are going to box the wrong person in, right? They're going to get out of their car and they're going to blast you to that fucking
I fucking hope so. I hope someone knocks the fucking bollocks out of you.
I'll take it.
What a fucking prick.
Yeah, you would have to take it because that's what's going to happen to you. Someone's going to plaster you and then you're going to be wondering, why the fuck didn't I just wait for an extra 2 or 3 minutes?
A lot of people reacting to Susan. Stay with us in Paul too. 6797 FM104 is our phone number. A lot of people reacting. Susan will block you in if you use a disabled space and you shouldn't use it. That's all right. I know she shouldn't do it, but you can understand her protest. 53104 for 20 cents. Thomas is on the phone. Thomas, I don't think you're impressed with Susan, are you?
What story, Chris?
How you doing?
Happy Christmas, Lottie. I just want to say something to Susan. Is the shopping centres will be very, very packed at the minute, you know?
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming very, very close to Christmas. Now, here's one thing. Now, you're trying to get a parking spot. Now, there's a lot of disabled parking spots available. You're going to park your car there. I know you shouldn't have, but you will. So you can go in and do your Christmas shopping, whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
But for you to go around and say that you can park behind somebody, that's worse than park disabled spot.
I think the word is worse, not worser.
It's worse, or whatever you want to call it, like, you know. But I'm only saying is you can't park behind those. Now, fair enough, if I seen you and I was going to park in and I seen yourself and your mum or whatever, I'd reverse out. But if you're not there, I'm going to wait. Now, Susan coming out of the house now. How the fuck am I meant to know you're going to come out of the house, you know?
How am I meant to know if you're gone into the shop for 2 minutes or for 1 hour or for 2 hours? I don't know this either. At the meantime,
different spot then either. It's like there's every shopping centre has at least 10. Every shopping centre at least have 10 disabled spots. Just because I take up one now out of 10 that you're going to block me in. No, that's not appropriate.
No, as you said yourself, at this time of the year, all the parking spots are gone.
100%. So why would you go behind someone else? You're making more trouble for yourself, you know. And if you park your car behind mine, you're not only parking behind mine, you're blocking 2 other people in, you know. For the weight of your car, for my car, you're blocking 2 other spaces in as well.
I will try and just park the car in that I feel is.
I understand. We all try parking, and at the minute now, it's gone so busy that any parking would do. Do you understand?
To be honest with you, I haven't used any car parks at the moment. I have a broken leg myself, so I am parking.
Actually, Thomas, why do you use them?
Well, Chris, look, I don't really use them, but there is a lot of, you have a lot of shopping centres there with small parking and maybe 200 cars and maybe 150 cars a parking space. So any kind of parking space you get, you use. Now, saying disabled, if I seen an old woman or something like that, some disabled person, I would move my car, but I'm not going to move it, obviously, if I'm not there.
And if Susan sees you in that disabled space and she'll do what she's done before, she'll deliberately block you in. How do you handle that, Thomas?
Well, Chris, she deliberately blocked myself in, yeah? For starters, if she's not blocking me and she's blocking 2 other mates or whatever who's beside me and all the other 2 cars.
Right.
Because your car's going behind your car, you're blocking 2 spaces up. She's causing trouble. She's causing 3 people on her back that she doesn't need. For starters, if I was in a bad humour, I'd ram the car out of the way. That's been honest with you. That's what kind of...
You'd ram her car and just push it out of the way, if you could?
If I was in bad humour, yeah, I would. It wouldn't cost me a thought of reversing right on top of her. and give her a lesson. Do you understand?
Will you verse on top of her?
Well, you'd have to if you have to get out in a rush. But what if your kid is sick? What if your kid needs to go to the hospital? What happens? Something like that. You need to get out of there.
Okay, that's a worst case scenario. But
I know it's the worst case scenario, Chris. But if you look at this minute, there's a lot of parking spaces, and there's a lot of disabled, and there's not everybody for Christmas is taking up every space, any space. I've seen a lot of cars parked, enough for a different car to get out, but you're squeezing yourself out. You know, there's a lot of cars parked on the side of the roads. What can you do, Chris? There's a lot of cars getting parked on footpaths just to get Christmas shopping over, you know? What do you do to that?
All right, Paul, you've been listening to that guy. Is that making any sense to you, though?
No. Like, I mean, he's saying every shopping centre has 10 disabled.
Some have less, yeah.
I work in retail. I work in a shopping centre. There's about maybe 250 car parking spots. There's 5 disabled spots for that shopping centre.
How many disabled spots?
5.
5. Okay, you're saying that then. Maybe for Christmas there's going to be a lot of parking, yeah? You're saying that to work.
I drive to work every day. Right,
and I drive to work every day. What happens if you have to go into work and every car parking spot is up? What do you do?
That doesn't happen. There's always one spot. There's always
one spot. And the guys parked on a disabled spot doesn't need them. They're parked on a disabled spot. There's a parking spot. What there's none? Answer that question. What there is none? Where do you park? Where do you park? You're talking shit now because I'm telling you. No, I'm speaking for a second. You're saying.
Ask me a question. Let me fucking answer it.
Yeah, but you'll answer.
Let him answer. Let him answer, Thomas. Let him answer.
Right, you have shopping centres that are that busy. Yeah, there's constantly people coming in and out. I guarantee you do 1, maybe 2 cycles of that car park, you will find a spot. It's because you can't be fucking bothered your bollocks to drive around and look for a spot. You look at the front of the shopping centre, you're going to go.
But if you heard me previously, there, as it says, maybe car parking spots, there's none left. There's absolutely none. There's like 10 cars behind you. There's 10 cars behind you looking for spaces. What do you do?
If you wait 5 minutes, you'll get a spot because there's going to be someone in that shopping centre that's going to be coming out.
Well, look, if you're going down Christmas shopping...
You're telling me that someone goes in and parks there from open till close every fucking day of the week?
Listen, Christmas shopping, you're not going in there for 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You're going in for 2 or 3 hours, finishing off everything.
People going to be coming.
But at least you're honest about it, Thomas. You're not going in for 5 minutes. If you are going in, you're going in for at least an hour. At least an hour.
You're going in finishing Santa off. You're going in finishing your Christmas stuff. So it's very
bold. No, when I said 5 minutes, I do mean 5 minutes.
No one's believing, Eddie. No one's believing your 5 minutes. That's the thing.
I swear, I wouldn't take one up for an hour. If I was going in shopping, I swear to God, mate, I'll park somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, then that's your choice. There's a lot of people need to go everywhere. That's your choice. Listen, that's your choice. There's a lot of places. There's always bargain stores and shit like that. People need to go. They're not going. A lot of people is not rich in this world. People need to go to cheap shops like €2 shops.
Thomas, do you know anyone who has a disability, Thomas?
I do indeed.
And you know how difficult it is for them. And Paul,
Chris, I said that before on the show. I said before coming on the show, I explained to you what I says. If I see somebody disabled, I'd move my car for someone to park there. But I'm not going to, if there's no one disabled behind me, I'm going to park my car there. That's the easy way out of it, you know. As I explained to the other guy, if there's other spots, you'll take it. But if you're driving around a car park for 20 minutes, no spots, you see 2 disabled spots, what do you do, Chris?
All right, hold on a sec. John is also on the line. John, you're live on FM104. Go ahead.
How's it going?
Not bad. What do you want to say to Thomas?
If that chap there can wait for if he's saying there, wait for 2 minutes for someone to come out, right? He's waiting there, sorry. Someone's going to come out for 2 minutes. He said someone's coming to the supermarket for 2 minutes, and they can wait for him. Surely to God, he can wait for someone to come out in a normal parking spot. There's hundreds of them. Why doesn't he wait for 2 minutes? Rather than take the wheelchair one.
He's in a hurry.
Did you hear the show about what it says? As it says, people come in from Christmas shop, they're not going in for 2 minutes to get there. They're going to get a lot of stuff, do you understand?
Tell me something. What happened now tomorrow now if you were in an accident and you end up in a wheelchair? How would you feel now if someone coming out and parking your spot? You pull up and I pull up on you. How would you feel?
How would you feel? So, as I said, somebody disabled and let them park there, if a
Losing your line there, buddy.
Yeah, breaking up big time.
Yeah,
it should be broke up anyway.
Well, but look, I'm sure you're amazed, John, as much as I am. So many people calling in with the what's the big deal parking at a disabled space? Now, a lot of people with their family members with disabilities. You heard what Paul was saying just before you. Paul was furious with these people, absolutely furious. Because it's the damn ignorance of them.
Well, don't you wait.
They won't.
Hundreds of parking spots there, yet they can't wait for someone to walk out. Now, what's the chances that you're in the supermarket, okay, you're sitting in the supermarket waiting for a parking spot, right?
Yeah.
Right? You're standing there, right? Hundreds of spaces, right? And what's the chances of someone even alone in a wheelchair is going to come out of there? Why don't you wait? There's other places there. There's hundreds of them. Why take their spot?
Okay, Sarah is. Stay with me, buddy. Stay with me. Sarah? Hello, Sarah. How are you?
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah.
Go ahead. You're not happy with these two lads or four lads at this stage?
It's absolutely outrageous. In fairness, like I had a friend of mine walking, no bother, a sports person, and ended up they had to get surgery done on their back. Mm-hmm. And they ended up there now bound to a wheelchair. And it's people like that John, that Aaron, that Thomas, and I don't care, Thomas, with your crap about if the space is free, take the space, blah, blah, blah. There's people out there that can't fucking walk. And they need...
Here's one for you then. Let me speak for a second.
I have to say, right, I was listening
let me speak for a second.
Let her make her point and then we'll come back to you, Thomas.
Chris, how about this?
How about we apart? Wheelchair, so you should know how it feels.
I understand. But let me speak for a second.
There's only so many spaces allocated for these people. There's a whole car park out there with multiple spaces. I don't care you can't get a space at Christmas. We all have to go through the same process.
I understand that. Here's one for you. I've a mate.
Laziness. It's a fucking disgrace.
Can I speak for a second, please?
Yeah,
I've a mate.
Give something decent to say.
Here's one for you. What do you say to this, yeah? I've two mates that has disabled yokes and they're not even disabled and they put them on the window. What do you say to them?
What are they going around using that for then?
Well, then they're scammers, aren't they?
Basically, Chris, but
they are scammers, and to be fair, they're not the only people who do it. I know that.
I understand that, Chris. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of things out there, But I'm saying to you, as I explained on the show about 1,000 times, I'm going around a car park for 20 minutes, yeah? No car parking space. Now, there's two disabled spots up. I'm going to take one, aren't I? I'm not going to sit there all day, wait for somebody to come out. Because it's that close to Christmas, you will be in shopping centres for a long time, my friend. And you will be in...
ignorance, Thomas. That's all that is. That's just you saving yourself a lot.
Ignorant? Who am I being ignorant to? Who am I being ignorant to?
People in wheelchairs don't have the luxury of getting out of their car and strolling on into the shop and getting their shopping. It takes them a long time to rock around the shop to get what they need.
I understand, but it's that close to Christmas to take a lot of people to do it, It's that close to Christmas that a lot of people need a lot of parking space, you understand? We're going in for hours, we're not going in for 5 minutes and a cup of tea, and straight fuck out.
The person in the wheelchair, they're not going to just go in for a couple of minutes. They have their shopping to do. They have people they care about getting gifts for as well.
Exactly. Just because you're in a wheelchair doesn't mean you're silent. And a lot of people reacting to Susan. This is Susan we had on earlier on. She has blocked people in who've chanced their arm. And I'll go back to Thomas and Eddie and ask them about this. But she has actually blocked people in because she's seen, right, you don't have a disabled sticker, you're not disabled, she's seen you and she'd just block you in. Another lady phones the Clampers. She's the Clampers on speed dial. And a lot of you thought that was a really, really good idea, and fair play to them.